how much I'll get out. But first I just wanted to thank everyone for coming. Me and Jackie both want to thank everyone for coming and helping this week us transition into this wonderful world of multi-child parenting. This kid was tough for us to name. I was at Cedars at 9:57 a.m. on Friday morning for a 10 a.m. deadline. So we got it in just in the nick of time. And I'll start with the names and we'll get to thank you after because I know everyone wants to hear names. Gavin Nathaniel Deutsch.
I called it.
For his Hebrew name,
How'd you get to Gavin?
we wanted something that had meaning for us. We wanted to continue the tradition that we started with Kira of naming in triplicate. And we all know the famous biblical passage, Le'ish hayita harbe simanim behumotechen b'nei Hashem, which is Hebrew for that to this man there were many symbols or names, and he found favor in the eyes of God. So we wanted him to have many names. Okay, that's not a real quote, I made it up, but I'm sure it should be that if a kid has many names, he'll have much luck in this world, so the more the better. Jackie and I did have three amazing grandfathers who are unfortunately no longer with us, and it was very important for us to sort of work all three of their names into his name. So his Hebrew name is Yitzchak Natan Yehuda. Jackie's maternal grandfather was Yitzchak Isaac Weiss. My maternal grandfather was Norman Wachtenheim, or Natan, which is his middle name. And Jackie's paternal grandfather, Yehuda Tibor Fleischer. And these men, all three of them, meant the world to us. Figuring out what to say about them was difficult. I mean, the obvious comes to mind. They struggled through extraordinary circumstances in Eastern Europe. They survived the Holocaust. They built incredibly strong families with Jewish identities and traditions. All amazing success stories of triumph and strength. But as amazing as they were, that doesn't quite tell you who they were as people. It gives you more about what they went through. Jackie Zaidi, Judy's father, lived for his children and grandchildren and great-grandchildren. He was a total sentimental, loved his family, always inviting guests in as family, always telling everyone how much he loved them. My grandpa, my mother's father, meant the world to me. I often joke that I have 95% of his DNA, but the truth is that I still have much to accomplish and aspire to if I want to live the life he led. He was generous, kind, brilliant, artistic, and strong, and I miss him every day. Jackie's papa, Gary's father, was the consummate gentleman. Always dressed to kill, the suit and a hanky. He enjoyed the finer things in life, art, music, food, dancing, singing. He had a joie de vivre that was truly inspiring. But what really binds the memory of these men together, in my mind, for us, when we were talking about it, was their amazing senses of humor. My grandfather had an incredible wit and a deadpan sarcasm. Jackie Zaidi had a quiet, under-his-breath type way of commenting on what was going on around him. He only needed 2 or 3 words, which always included a Hungarian curse word with no English equivalent. But Jackie would do her best, Judy would do her best to translate, and it was always something hilarious and mildly inappropriate. And Jackie's papa was literally an amateur stand-up comedian and traditional joke teller. 3 completely different brands of humor, but all totally hilarious and central to who they were and how they interacted with the people around them. As many of you know, Jackie has about 42,000 pictures on iPhoto, literally. So I hope that through some of those pictures and our videos and our stories about them, Gavin will come to know these gentlemen, his great-grandfathers, since they really did play a critical formational role in our upbringing. I hope he'll learn from them to always maintain perspective and find the funny in all aspects of life. Gavin's first name, Yitzchak, is named after Jackie Zaidi, but fittingly means he will laugh. And Natan, his second Hebrew name, named after my grandfather, means gift. I hope that he'll be proud to have their names and that he will give the gift of laughter to his friends and family as his great-grandfathers did. Before we move into the restaurant for some brunch, a few more very quick thank yous. First to little Kira Lou for being the best big sister during...
Yay, Kira!
Aside from one inadvertent kick to the head, she was all hugs and kisses. So hopefully that'll continue. A huge thank you to my parents and my in-laws. We appreciate you more and more each day as we have our own children and see how difficult it is and how much labor and love it requires. Our sisters, Sandy, Tamara, Julia, Melanie, my brother Adam, everyone's been a massive help this week, cooking, running around with Kira. Sandy, Julia, and Melanie flew in all the way from New York. But the real hero is Sandy's husband, Avi, who's on a solo mission watching 3 kids in New York by himself. So hopefully there'll still be 3 kids when you get back. I appreciate everyone coming in. Everyone's made this crazy process so much easier for us, so we really thank you and love you from the bottom of our hearts. Special thanks to Jackie's aunt and uncle, Marion and Michael, who flew in from DC on the Red Eye last night. You guys always do the unthinkable and unexpected to keep family together in primary always. Although the likelihood of you doing the unthinkable and unexpected is starting to become thinkable and expected. You've set your own bar pretty high. But thanks for making the trek. We're thrilled to have you here. And a big shout out to the O'Melveny and Paul Hastings crews, past and present. You've really become our second families. We're very happy to have you here and be able to share another big life event with you. And I'm by myself. And to all of our friends, you guys are all awesome. So awesome that it's somewhat artificial for me to divide thank yous between family and friends, because they really do blend together for us. It truly does take a village, and sometimes I feel like Kira has 10 mothers and maybe even 3 or 4 daddies. It's awesome, and we're eternally grateful to all of you. Finally, to Jackie, who just left. You look beautiful. Amazing. You. The fun is just beginning, but we're excited to do it all over again, and that's it. Thanks to everyone for coming. And